The Firefighter Emergency Abilities and Task Test, or FEAT test, is a timed abilities course created by the Eugene Springfield Fire Department. The activities are designed to simulate the actual skills and exertion of a firefighter during a structure fire. We will now cover the different stages of the FEAT test. Safety. The candidate must safely complete all stages. Any unsafe practice or maneuver witnessed by the proctor may result in immediate disqualification. Time. This is a time event and must be completed within 30 minutes. SCBA. An SCBA and mask must be utilized during specific stages of the FEAT. In the event of a low air alarm before completion of stage 14, the participant must stop and change their SCBA bottle. They must resume at the point in which they had to stop and finish the test. Time does not pause during a bottle change. Turnout drill. To begin the FEAT, the participant starts in shorts, a t-shirt, and socks. The candidate preps their PPE prior to the start. Time starts when the first item is touched. The candidate quickly dons their turnouts and helmet while walking to the second stage. Hose drag. On the side of the drill field is a 100-foot section of 2.5 inch or 3 inch hose. The candidate places the coupling in both hands and draws the hose over a shoulder. The candidate drags the hose 75 feet. The hose is dropped and then dragged back from the opposite coupling to the starting point. Hydrant connection. The candidate will proceed to the hydrant, dress the hydrant with the given appliances, then undress the hydrant and reapply the hydrant caps. The candidate proceeds to the next station when complete. SCBA. The candidate walks to their SCBA and dons their SCBA. The candidate dons their mask, hood, helmet, and gloves per department policy. The candidate is to be on air before entering the drill tower and beginning the next stage. Stair Climb. The candidate enters the main stairwell of the drill tower dressed in full PPE and on air. At the ground floor, the candidate is given 50 feet of 1 3/4 attack line and a steel SCBA bottle. The candidate climbs to the 6th floor, turns around, and safely descends back to the entry point. Once back at the bottom of the drill tower, the candidate hands the steel bottle and hose to a proctor. Keiser Sled. This station is to simulate forcible entry. The candidate has 2 Keiser Sled options to choose from. The candidate must strike the back of the sled repeatedly with a sledgehammer. It is complete when the sled front breaks the plane of the end of the sled basin. Set the hammer down and proceed to the next stage. Maze. Proceed to the 2nd floor of the drill tower. Enter the door of the maze. The candidate must navigate the possible confined space, elevation changes, obstructions, and low visibility. The maze is complete when the candidate locates and exits the opposite door of entry. Hose advancement. The candidate picks up a charged 1 3/4 hose line staged on the side of the drill tower near an interior stairwell. The candidate moves the hose to the 2nd floor doorway and sets the nozzle down at the door sill. The candidate then will proceed to the next stage. Window bailout. The candidate proceeds to the window of the bailout prop and performs a single-person bailout and returns to the 1 3/4 hose. Hose retreat. The candidate returns the 1 3/4 hose line to the 1st floor exterior staging area. The candidate must ensure the hose is in a configuration ready for the next participant. The candidate then proceeds to the next stage. Roof ladder set and climb. On the fire escape, the candidate deploys a roof ladder, climbs the ladder to gain access to the tower's third floor parapet. The candidate must safely climb the ladder, always keeping 3 points of contact. Hoisting. At the third floor tower parapet, the candidate utilizes a hoisting rope and roller to raise a 50-foot section of 3-inch hose hand over hand, raising the hose to the parapet edge and then return it to the concrete without losing control. Egress. Exit to the fire escape and descend the roof ladder down to the drill field concrete. Remove the ladder from the fire escape and place on the ground for the next candidate. Skills Simulation Stations. The next 3 stations can be completed in any order depending on the candidate preference and station availability. Ceiling Pull. At the corner of the drill tower will be a ceiling breech prop. Hanging from the prop are pike poles of different lengths. To simulate overhaul, the participant must complete 10 breaches pushing up and 10 hook pull-downs. Reps are counted only when the full range of movement of the equipment is performed. Hang the pike pole back on the prop and exit the station. Keiser Sled. The candidate proceeds to the Keiser not complete yet at this point in the test. The candidate must strike the back of the sled repeatedly with a sledgehammer. It is complete when the sled front breaks the plane of the end of the sled basin. Tool carry. 2 chainsaws or like items are placed near the corner of the drill tower. The candidate properly lifts the tools so that one is in each hand. The candidate carries both tools 100 feet around a fixed object and returns to the starting point. At any time during the carry, the participant may set down the tools to regain a better grip. Doffing PPE. After the candidate completes all 3 skill stations, they can remove their mask and SCBA. All residual air must be bled off and pass device deactivated. Failure to do so will require them to return to the SCBA and spend additional time completing the stage. Afterward, the participant has the option to remove additional PPE such as gloves, jacket, and hood. Hose roll. In the center of the drill field are 3 dry extended hose lines, 100 feet of 5-inch supply hose, 50 feet of 2.5-inch or 3-inch hose, and 50 feet of 1 3/4 attack hose. The candidate must completely roll and unroll each hose in any order of their choosing. To correctly complete this station, the participant must not have any twists or overlapping of the hoses when done. Finish. The candidate runs or walks to the decided finish point. Normally, this would be close to where the FEAT test began. Time is stopped and the FEAT test is complete.